be 100% the rest of this year. I absolutely 100% believe that. It's hard to get healthy if you play a professional sport and then you got to come back. Okay, I'm healed up, but you go right back to running, jumping, cutting, planting on that ankle. And that's what they're asking LeBron. Skip, his whole thing, he's not a KD that spends a lot of his time catching and shooting, dribble, 1-2 dribble, and pulling up. That's not what he does. LeBron's going to have to be able to bend the corner. He's going to have to be able to turn the corner, get to the rim. That's where he's most explosive, because if you stay off him, yeah, he'll shoot the three. But now, hopefully he comes back, because I believe they're going to dare him to shoot the three, because, Skip, I don't want him to go past me. So,
well, I dare him to shoot the three myself, because he's 37%. He's not even in the top 100 three-point
That's all right. All I know is that they dared him last year, and he was 28, 11, and 8. That's what we did for the entirety of the playoffs. So do it again.
Yet, when you were in the bubble, in the playoffs last year, who was the MVP of the bubble? Not the finals. LeBron won MVP, I'll give you that. But who was the playoff MVP for the Los Angeles Lakers? The unsung MVP was Rondo, who's now a Clipper.
Oh, my goodness. So why did he do that last night, then?
Wait a second. They're not playing him enough minutes. They're saving him for when it really counts.
They're saving him.
Yes, they are. He's an older player. But the point is, who was your biggest, best player through the whole stretch run of the playoffs? It was Anthony Davis. Who hit the shot to win Game 2 against Denver? It was Anthony Davis, not LeBron James. Anthony Davis. So while I've called LeBron the most durable superstar, I call Anthony just the opposite, because when he came to the Lakers, we kept talking about it. Even you acknowledged when he was a Pelican, he had a long injury. It was one thing after another, after another, after another. They were all kind of like nicks and knacks, but they were injuries. He had a bunch of them. So if we could see a soundbite that I saw last night on the local sports spectrum, the Lakers station here in Los Angeles, from your man Caruso, who I thought outplayed CP3 last night. He did. He laid it on him. Could we see what Alex Caruso said about Anthony Davis after the game?
I've heard a lot of chit-chat, you know, some tweets, some words around the world about AD's so soft and he's falling all over the place. And guys got to understand, they just got to give him a couple days to get, you know, a couple games to get his feet under him. And, I mean, the beast is waking up, as everybody can tell.
The beast is waking up.
You had it right. You didn't have to say the latter part. You had it right. They've been talking a lot of ish about AD.
Okay.
You too.
Okay. I have, because I see what my eyes see, and my eyes tell me he's fragile, because we didn't have a show this past Friday, so we weren't able to talk about what the Clippers did to the Lakers. But Anthony, look at what happened. Can we see the first two plays against the Clippers where he backs up into the scores table and tweaks his ankle? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, whoops. There's a scores table back there. Did he forget about it? Maybe he hasn't played enough. He forgot there was a scores table. I don't know. And then here we go, and he goes down here. This is late first quarter.
Morris kicked his leg out from under him. Skip, look at this. You see that? You see that?
Okay.
That's the Reggie Miller. They outlawed that.
And he stayed down, and then he went down under the basket a little bit later. And I'm saying, at first I thought, because Vogel ran onto the floor to check him out, and I thought maybe he'd torn his Achilles. I'm knocking on wood. I hate to even say that. But it just seemed like something had gone really wrong. And then he goes to the locker room, and he does not return.
No.
And guess what they announce? Back spasms? So I'm thinking it could be the ankle. Reggie Miller saying on TNT, looks like he tweaked his ankle again. I'm thinking, please no Achilles, because I don't want to see him gone for the rest of the year. That would be unfair.
Skip, if you remember, sometimes these guys forget. You remember how Steph hurt his butt? Steph shot a three-pointer and backed all the way into the stands and fell on one of the corners of the steps and hurt his butt and was out for 3 or 4 games. I mean, what, 6 or 7 games? So sometimes, Skip, you just back it up and you forget. The next thing you know, you stumble over something. But if AD is healthy, AD is going to have to play between 38 and 41 minutes a night. That's what he's going to have to give.
And then let's sum this up with what I saw last night with 3:30 left in the game. Check this out. Here's AD again with 3:30 left, and he tweaks his calf again. He's like limping up the floor holding his calf, and I'm thinking he did it again. He did it again. Look at this.
Cramps.
Or is it a hamstring?
Cramps.
Is it a cramp? It
Cramp.
could have been a cramp.
Skip that 40. Skip that. I mean,
Okay,
when
that
was the-
looked like a cramp.
when was
I
the-
agree.
when was
At
the-
first, I thought he'd done his calf again, strained it again.
When was the last time we've seen AD play this many minutes, Skip? You got to realize AD played 41 minutes last night.
39 at Portland, 41 last night.
Yeah, that's a lot of minutes.
So to his credit, he came off back spasms on Thursday night and turned right around on Friday night and shocked me, number one, that he even played in the game. That showed me some guts. That showed me that the beast wants to be awakened.
Yeah.
And that showed me that very quietly they lost the game, but it's because Portland's just like a buzzsaw right now.
Dame caught fire.
And so did CJ.
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
just draining them left and right. It's just hard to overcome that.
Yes.
But he almost did because he was 36-12 with 5 assists in 39 minutes, and he turns right around last night, and he goes 42-12 and 5 in 41 minutes, to your point.
And 3 blocks.
And do you trust him to stay healthy?
And did you? I know you're going to talk about old Drum, but did you see those 7 boards? He had 10 rebounds.
Who said I was going to talk about him? I haven't even brought him up yet.
No, you want to talk about the big penguin, Kareem Abdul-Drummond.
Yeah.
But did you see? He had 10 rebounds, 7 of them on the offensive end,
Really?
which gave us second opportunity to get more points. So now when Bron get back, 8 and Drum still manning those boards, we gonna be all right.
Really?
All right. We all right.
Did
It's
you
all
see
right.
the bunny that Drum missed last night?
Yeah,
If
you
we
got
could
it.
see
Yeah,
that, I got to see it again because I still can't believe my eyes on this one.
I knew you was gonna bring this up.
Andre the Giant. What? How can you miss that? You're 6 feet 10 inches tall.
And then Crowder, Skip,
Just go back
Crowder,
and just dunk it. Just go dunk it.
and Crowder's on his back and pulled the balls out of his hand.
What are you doing? He gets blocked by Crowder, going back up. What are you doing, big penguin? He looked like a big penguin. That's how a big penguin would shoot that.
Frustrated.
It's
Yeah,
a point-blank layup. You told me he's part of the big three, right?
I think the thing is that he's picking up ticky-tack fouls so early. Skip, he had 3 fouls in the first 2-3 minutes of the ball game. I understand, Skip. When you go to a new locale, you're trying to, I'm going to challenge everything, but he's picking up ticky-tack fouls, and it's getting him out of his rhythm, and it's taxing the bench. But lo and behold, it was a blessing in disguise, because guess what? Over the last week and a half, Marc Gasol has played better than he played the first 3 months in L.A. Before they got Drum, and you know that.
Maybe it's time to get Drum out of the rotation.
No,
because he just clogs up I predicted. I first guessed.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Clogs it up.
The 2 best games AD had this year, who was on the court starting with him? You make it seem like JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard spaced the floor, and he was first team All-NBA with 2 guys that clog up the middle.
Andre Drummond lasted 19 minutes and 39 seconds last night. That's not exactly starter minutes for a guy who started the game.
And he gave you 10 boards, 7 of them on the offensive end.
Montrez, who's been a DNP, he's back deep in Vogel's doghouse. He only got to play 14 and a half minutes, but he made 4 out of 6 shots for 12 points.
Yeah.
You like that?
I like that.
Yeah, because I thought his fire got lit.
Yeah.
My old big penguin. He said, watch this, penguin.
Think about it. Keith Morris didn't even play last night. He was a DMP. There are going to be times come playoff time. We saw how it played out last year. There were games in which Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee were basically non-existent. And Keith Morris played. And then you had other series where JaVale and Dwight were very prominent against Portland, against Yoke. So you're going to have to understand, all you have to do, Skip, you don't know when your number is going to be called.
Yep.
Just make sure you're ready that it is called, so when your number is called, that you don't be a GOAT, lowercase, that oh man, got his number called and he wasn't available. He wasn't ready. So just be ready when your number is called. But those 2 big dogs go eat. Oh, go.
All I know for sure is that without LeBron James, and last night, obviously, without Kuzma and obviously without Schroeder, the Lakers have pulled off within 1 week's time 2 of the biggest upsets of the year. Home upsets of Denver on Monday night, followed by Phoenix on Sunday night. That's extraordinary. I'm impressed.
I ain't impressed.
And there's no LeBron. How do you figure?
You lucky.
Huh?
Skip, you and I both know, if we stay healthy, we're the number 1 seed. You know that. Could nobody see us? I mean, stop doing that.
Well, but you're not healthy, and you don't have reps, and you have a very different team than you had a year ago.
True.
So I'll go 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 because I'm not sure I trust your team even past halfway. Because remember, when you put GOAT back in this mix, GOAT doesn't know this mix very well. He doesn't know Big Penguin.
You know what? We're going to have a couple of walkthroughs, probably in a ballroom, probably won't even go to the court. You're going to say, this is what I need. Hey, don't worry about the point. Just give us what you gave us last night on the offensive end. Skip, you're going to give us 2 and 3 cracks at a basket? Every time, I mean, you know, half the time, 3/4 of the time down?
All I want to say one more time